Happy New Year, Taurus! Welcome back to Distilled Tarot. This is going to be our daily reading for New Year's Day, January 1st, 2021. Let's see what's going on with Taurus. At the heart of your reading, we have Strength in Reverse. You are either feeling vulnerable or someone has expressed their desire to strengthen something with you. Like, it's a recognition of a weakness with the intent to strengthen it. Let's see what the challenge is. I am getting vulnerability more than weakness. That's more of like the softer edge of strength reversed for me as a reader. Yeah, yep. I think it is more toward the vulnerability side of things because the challenge is the Page of Presence. This is an open-minded, open-hearted energy. Like looking at the world through the lens of wonder. Like everything is a miracle, everything's amazing. So that inherently includes a certain degree of vulnerability. So in being vulnerable, the challenge is it's not forgetting about past wrongs, but allowing yourself to risk getting hurt or risk being wrong, which is all about, that's what vulnerability kind of is, right? Even though your experience is warning you, like, I get the sense you have kind of alarm bells going off, like, don't be vulnerable in this situation. Remember what happened last time. So your challenge is being able to look at the situation with a fresh perspective enough that you're willing to be vulnerable. Your focus is moving forward. You have aligned yourself with this universal flow energy with the Chariot, and you recognize an opportunity to move forward in your life, advance your life in some way, in a pretty major way. The Chariot is a major arcana card, and it's one of the fastest moving energies in the deck. When you can hitch a ride with the Chariot, when you can jump on board the Chariot, big things start happening in your life. And I think that's either started happening for you or you sense that energy is in the air. It's like an electrifying kind of energy that just feels like scintillating. You want to get involved with this because it feels like, oh, there's so much potential in this. I want to get going. So in the recent past, what led up to this is the Four of Presents in reverse. You'd recently felt like you were maxed out in life and you just wanted to keep the status quo stabilized. Like, that was your focus. I've got enough on my plate. I don't need anything more. I'm fine with what I have right now, and let me just take care of how things are. So you came out of that energy with the reversal. That means that you've started opening up to, okay, I can handle more now. I can move forward and handle more now. It's like an expansive sort of energy with the intent of growing as a person. Let's see the energy of the environment. What is going on all around my Taurians? Nudging them. Another Four reversal. We have the Four of Potions reversed and the Nine of Needles. Okay. So the Nine of Needles is about being trapped in your own thoughts. It's like grief, shame, fears and insecurities. It can be sleep issues. So if you've been having trouble sleeping, that could just straight up indicate that alone. And then the Four of Potions reversed is that point at which you start opening up to new opportunities. It's similar energy to the Four of Presents reversed, but it's an emotional shift because you will have recognized that the universe is trying to hand you opportunities, and there have been instances where you chose to say no because you were ho-hum about it or it wasn't interesting. You were like kind of blasé about trying out new things because of potentially an issue with your sleep patterns. That might have taken up a lot of your focus if you're like, oh, I'm not getting any sleep. It's either insomnia or like you keep waking up in the middle of the night and you want to really focus on getting that right. The other possibility here is that you may be having dreams with the reference to sleep here. You may have had dreams that lead you to this more open-hearted, being willing to take opportunities, emotionally speaking. Let's see what's coming up next. In the near future, we have the World in reverse. You will have an opportunity to bring closure to a situation. It won't be handed to you tied up in a lovely ribbon because we do have it reversed. It's going to take some effort. You're going to have to really engage with the situation and choose to bring about the ending. It's going to be an active involvement with putting an end to something once and for all. I don't know, permanently is a big word, but it's a major chapter closing. More than chapter, they're telling me. It's like you're finishing one novel and you're starting a whole new one in the context of your life. Your surprise energy, we have the Hermit. You are going to want to seek out a new perspective. I do see that as kind of engaging with this energy that the universe is recommending for you. That Page of Presents, that optimistic, unspoiled, looking at the world through fresh eyes. I think you're going to take kind of a step back from things in your life so that you can zoom out and get the big picture perspective. The way in which that's going to surprise you is you may be kind of thrust into an opportunity to do so. It might not be something that you intentionally step into. So if you have other people in your household, they may be like unavailable for a time, so you find yourself alone with more time to yourself to reflect on things and get a different perspective. It's something like that where the environment changes around you to put you in the position of solitude and reflection, and if not being like truly physically alone, then you might just feel like more distanced in some respect. Like you could just be sharing the household with the same people, but you end up not engaging with them as much, a little bit more separation while you go through this period of discovering kind of how things all work together. Your hopes and fears, we have justice. You want things to be made right. I think you think it's your responsibility to make things right. That's what it feels like to me, because it came along with this feeling of kind of a heavy burden. You want to get closure on this. It feels like it's been overdue, like a long time coming, and you know that you kind of owe it to someone to make something right. I won't go so far as to say it's looming over you, but coming up in the hopes and fears category, it's like, it's a big deal to you. It's important to you. Let's see how this all turns out. All right, Wheel of Fortune. Timing is going to align. I love this. With the Chariot, that's alignment. With the Wheel of Fortune in the upright position, that's alignment. This is saying, you don't have to be too, I don't know if concerned is the right word here. Like, what I'm getting at is you're on the right track. So keep going the way you're going, because the way this reading is headed, you're aligned. You're doing what you're supposed to do. So keep up with that plan. The Wheel of Fortune also talks about completing a cycle, which is lining up with that world energy. So I do think that you're going to rise to the occasion and bring about that closure that's possible. Otherwise, this wouldn't be in the upright position. So I do see that closure occurring. And anytime the Wheel of Fortune shows up in the upright, that means when you complete that cycle, when the timing aligns and you kind of click forward the hands of fate, the hands of time, or yeah, that's how I wanted to say it. There's generally a payout, some sort of reward for leveling up. So look out for that as well. Let's get you some advice. How can my Taurians best make use of these energies for their highest and best good? The Tower. This talks about being impulsive, taking sudden actions, not being afraid to surprise people, and cutting things out of your life if they're not serving you anymore. So if you are feeling that you kind of need to energetically clean house, then this is your calling to do so. If you haven't already felt that way, or you don't feel intuitively led to cut things out, then that's not what I'm recommending. This wouldn't be coming out of the blue and saying, hey, you need to consider cutting things out. That would already be resonating with you. So if you have not been considering or feeling like, timing is right to move forward and cut some things out of my life, which I think you generally are feeling that way already. The world in reverse shows me that you're on track to complete a cycle, which just inherently means letting go of the old to welcome in the new. But with this Tower, as advice, I feel like, bottom line, it's about acting on impulses in a healthy way. So if you have been repressing some intuitively guided impulses, like you keep getting intuitive hits, or it's you're being pulled in a certain direction. If you've been resistant to that pull, then don't be afraid to move toward it, even if it feels sudden to other people, even if it would be shocking to other people. All right? Taurus, I hope this helped. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Bye.